What up, and welcome to Proper Form, Prosperous Form, Chapter 4. In Chapter 4, we're going over the most important thing when it comes to being a trainer, and that is form and how you relay it. Form is it. It is the most important thing as a trainer that you need to lock in, understand, and be able to shoot out to your clients. Why is it so important? It prevents injuries. The most detrimental thing to you as a trainer is if your clients get injured. Because if your clients get injured, an array of things could happen. A, they could sue you first and foremost, depending on how badly injured they get. B, they will probably stop training with you because you got them injured and now they have to recover. They don't trust you as a trainer and they'll go find somebody else that they do trust. So those are two major reasons, and both of those tarnish your reputation and destroy your income. And those are the two things that you need so bad in this job is reputation and income. It builds even muscle. So with form and being able to relay form, your clients are going to get the look that they want. They're going to feel great, look great, because your expertise and your form got them there. If they're doing half-ass squats, they'll probably end up with a half-ass. If they're doing incorrect sit-ups and they're holding their breath, their muscles will probably be uneven. So forth and so forth. So making sure that your form and how you're relaying it to them is correct will be how their body ends up looking at the end once they start reaching their goals. And then also, it just creates great habits. When you teach somebody how to properly breathe, how to properly lift, they notice that their everyday tasks become way easier because they know how to relax and breathe through it. They're strong, they have good form, they know how to pick things up and not isolate their low back or hurt their knee or hurt their neck. So it just creates overall great habits, and they end up, when they think about it, think of you. And when they think of you and great habits that are going on in their everyday life, you become so much more than a trainer. You become their life coach. You become their guy, their girl. And that's what you want. You want a client to fully believe in you in not just the fitness aspect, but the life aspect. And you are helping their life. Why? Reiterating form at all times is essential. If you're lazy, you can get somebody hurt. So reiteration of form is huge. No matter what stage you're at as a trainer, if it is day 1 or it is year 11, every time you're having a client do something, feel free to constantly reiterate perfect form. When they're doing a squat, make sure you're cueing, pointing the toes out, putting the weight on the heels, keeping the chest nice and tall, looking straight or looking up, big inhale going down, exhale coming up. You're doing that constantly to the point where it can be annoying. Who gives a fuck? I'd rather be annoying and got some dough and having happy clients than cool guy with no money and getting sued by your disgruntled old clients. So reiteration of form is key. Lazy trainers, like I said, do not last long. So make sure you're on it. I'm in year 11, and every time that I train a client, I'm constantly talking about form with every move they're doing. It also sharpens your tools. So when you have that repetition and you're constantly saying it, you're not going to have always your longevity clients. You'll have new clients coming in, and if you forget to say form over the years, you'll forget with new clients as well. So you want to make sure you're training every client, no matter if you've been with them for 6 years or one day, the same exact way, because they will appreciate it and it'll get them to the goals that they want. Places to educate yourself on form. Now this is huge. First and foremost, books are never a bad idea. You can go to Barnes & Noble and sit in the coffee section. They have a fitness section. You grab one of those books, you sit down there for a couple hours, you read it, you put the book back, you get the fuck on. You are a young trainer, or you are a new trainer, or you're a struggling trainer. I'm trying to help you find the freest ways to educate yourself. If you're buying every book, You read it halfway and it just sits on your shelf the whole time. So fuck that. I want to get you the most information and not spend so much money. So going to Barnes and Nobles and reading a book, sitting down, having an hour to yourself, absolutely fine. You can go to the library as well. The library has a whole list of books that will help educate you on form, on fitness, on muscles and body parts and all that good stuff. So always make sure to go hit up a library at Barnes and Nobles for books. YouTube is great. There's a lot of information on YouTube, so my best advice is don't listen to just one person and go off of what the fuck they're saying. You should dive all the way in, listen to multiple people. All these people in the fitness industry have their own thought processes, their own ideology. You'll have one great professional say this, and then you'll have one great professional say that, and they're both counteracting what the other one is saying. So what you need to do is dive all the way in, listen to a multitude of people, and then figure out what you think is right and start applying it to yourself first. So when you're getting that information down, don't go right out the gates and start applying it to your clients. Apply it to yourself, because if you understand it, it's way easier for you to explain it to them. Once you felt fully comfortable and once you have seen the growth when it comes to applying that information and doing squats or doing legs, and your legs are getting stronger and your back isn't hurting, or doing chest or doing back, and like I said, you're getting stronger but not hurting yourself, that's how you know it's good information. And then you can relay that to your clients, and then you're building a business right there. So very simple, very easy. YouTube is a great one. Also, just search engines in general. Go on to Google, go on to Bing, go on to all these search engines, type in questions that you have, look up articles, read, inform yourself, same thing, write them down, apply them to yourself first, and then from there, apply it to your clients. Like I tell all my clients, I will never have them do something that I haven't done already. So if you are a trainer, make sure that you're doing it, that you fully understand it before you ever suggest it to any of your clients. Personal training insurance is key. So if there's one thing I would advise people to get over everything, just to cover your ass, it is personal training insurance. It is extremely cheap. It is extremely affordable. It costs you all of $160 for a whole year. That $160 will get you $1 million in insurance, $500,000 in insurance. So if anybody does sue you, at least you have that to protect yourself. So when they have medical bills or anything like that, that will handle it. I hope you never have to use your insurance, because you're listening to everything I'm saying and you're going to make sure that you put it on yourself first, and then from there you relay it to your clients, and everybody's just happy and healthy and fit. But it is always good to cover your ass. If you have car insurance, hoping that you never get into an accident, why would you not have fitness insurance, hoping that you never have an injured client? It's just a great way to cover your ass, and it's cheap. Like I said, it's $160 for a year. That's less than $16 a month to cover your ass. Do that shit. That's what you need the most. There's plenty of them out there. So just go on to search engines, type them up, read reviews, understand which one's the best one to go with, and then go from there. I'm not recommending any, because it's not like they pay me at all. Like, you go find yours and go from there. Practicing form on yourself. I'm going to drive this home. I talked about it just a couple minutes ago. I'm going to talk about it again. You need to make sure that you are fully understanding these lifts. And you need to make sure that you are a healthy, in shape human being. Because if there's one thing that is the most annoying, it is unhealthy, fat, lazy trainers that are there for $1. Those people do not last long, because this is a vanity game. People come to you because they want to look like you. They want to have your strength. And if you don't have any and you're not in shape, people will not come to you. So make sure that you're applying all of this knowledge onto yourself first, because then it's just second nature once somebody asks you a question, because you've done it over and over and over and over and over again. So fitness has to be your everyday thing. It can't be 2 days a week. It can't be 4 days a week. It has to be 7. You gotta be on it all day, every day. And if you could do that, then everything will be easy. You'll have clients pouring out your nose. People will want to be educated by you. People will want to look like you. And that is the game within itself. Dry form. I'm going to give you a simple breakdown of form right now that works for almost any move. First off, make sure their feet are slightly outside their hips. That will align the body up. They will be in great position just like that. It won't isolate the back. It won't hurt the core, the hips. They won't get hernias. Tell them to make sure they point their toes slightly outward. When you point your toes slightly outward, it makes it to where your knees will drive outward. When your knees drive outward, all the weight will go into your heels, into your calves, into your thighs, into your butt, all the good areas. When your feet are pointed too far forward or slightly pointed in, it drives your knees inward. When your knees drive inward, it puts mass tension on the knees and puts mass tension on the low back. We want to avoid that at all costs because the two major injuries when it comes to bad form is knee, low back. The third being neck. As we get into it, we'll start fixing that as well. What you want to do after that, after pointing the toes outward, is making sure they have a nice broad chest, pulling their shoulders back, sticking their chest out. What that does is it curve or arches your spine instead of curves your spine. When you curve your spine, you're putting a whole bunch of tension on all those little discs and all that vertebrae. We don't want that because when you do that, like I said, you're causing hernias, you're causing pulls, you're causing slip discs, and that will put somebody on the shelf for 2 weeks. And they don't want to train with you anymore because they're afraid of hurting their back. So after sticking the chest out, pulling shoulders back, make sure that they look straight or slightly look up. What that does is, like I said, naturally aligns the spine, gives you a nice broad chest. When you tend to look down, your head goes down. When your head goes down, your spine shifts a little bit forward and it starts curving instead of arching. That right there, from head to toe, will help you with a lot of lifts. That will help you with squats. That will help you with clean press. That will help you with deadlifting. That will help you even with bench pressing in certain aspects, pulling shoulder back, sticking the chest out. If you could go over just that, so the information I just gave you right now, if you could do that and feel comfortable constantly saying that from head to toe, you will run to not hurting clients, making a good amount of money right away, and having people meet their fitness goals and look and feel great. With that being said, that is the end of this chapter. Short, sweet, go over it again, listen to it again, get that form down because that shit is the most important. Peace.